Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman, and I have to say I'm actually kind of in shock. I just saw what the movement looks like in one of my watches, and I was not expecting that. Let me explain. Okay, so how did this video come about? Well, I have a bunch of quartz watches that need batteries in them. My collection is not 100% mechanical watches. I do have some quartz pieces. And one of the watches that I removed the battery from was this piece, my Dan Henry. When I got the case back removed, I saw that there was this metal piece that was holding the battery in place, and I wasn't sure how to get that out of the way. So I went online, looked up the movement, and I tracked down one YouTube video where in the thumbnail I could see that metal piece. So I watched that video, and it was actually a repair video. The YouTuber was taking the movement apart, and near the end, you get to see how that battery cover is opened and then the battery removed. But during the repair, that was when I was shocked. I had no idea that the gears in this movement and even the plate that they were on was plastic. That's crazy. And I imagine that that is not uncommon. I mean, this is a pretty popular movement. I did a quick search online and found all kinds of watches that use it. I've heard of it before, and I'm guessing that this is actually a common thing with Mechaquartz movements, which is what this is. Maybe because it is a quartz piece, you have to have that plastic in there. I mean, you have a battery that's discharging electricity, so I have no idea. But yeah, you can see the gears right there in this repair video. And in my shock, I decided to go and search people's opinions on plastic parts because I remembered seeing a Chronoglide video where he was talking about it. And this is with the Powermatic 80 movement that he had just repaired, and he was not pleased. Here's what he had to say about it.
Escapement is cheapo plastic crap. They advertised it as modern quality escapement. You may even think it is silicon, high quality, really something else. I even thought for a moment that the jewels, the pellets, were in between sandwiched in this, but it isn't. It is plastic crap.
He did not mince words. And Teddy Baldassar, in a video that he did on the Powermatic movement, and granted these aren't apples to apples, right? We're talking a mechanical movement versus a Mechaquartz movement. But it's still interesting to hear what people have to say about plastic parts. And he took a more positive spin of it, in that it's really not going to cause you any grief. You probably won't notice any difference when it comes to longevity and watch repair and whatnot, but that it's probably just the whole romanticized notion of a mechanical movement. You know, you buy a watch because it's a mechanical piece. You love the craftsmanship, the longevity of it, and you really don't want to hear that there's plastic in that movement, right? It just doesn't sound great. But again, this is a completely different animal, so I think I'm going to have to do some research and digging into Mechaquartz movements because I'm still kind of in shock. That was wild to see that. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a follow-up video after spending a good couple weeks or something digging into these movements. But I was able to get the battery out of this watch, as well as the other ones that needed them. I'm going to go through and order all of those batteries and Maybe I'll do a video putting the batteries in and just kind of looking at what each of these watches looks like on the inside, because it's kind of interesting. In fact, one of the pieces that I had to remove the battery from was a ring watch, so super tiny. But yeah, this is the interesting thing that I found when I was digging to see how to get the battery out of this. Thanks for watching.